have this stack of cases here, and I figure it's probably high time we start doing stuff with them. Because they've been sitting here for a couple months now. So this one on the top is going to get my attention first. So let me go ahead and take it off the stack, take the side panel off, and see what we've got. Okay, this is actually the first time I've had the cover off of this case. Now, this receipt does not need to be in here any longer. It serves no purpose, so I can just get rid of that. This is amusing right here. Check this out. You can actually read it. 1. Press the plastic button as pictured 1 and the steel board open. Then take the steel board away. 2. After installing M/B and add-on card, reinstall the steel board. Number 3. The chassis built-in air guide and system fan to upgrade cooling efficiency supply ambient 38 degrees C environment for Intel Pentium processor 3.06G. Need I say any more about the origins of this case? Now, this thing, I'm actually going to just completely remove. And the reason why I'm going to completely remove it is because, quite honestly, this might actually get in the way of the motherboard that I'm going to install. Although I could always just take this stupid baffle off. The rest of it's probably fine. I may leave it. I may actually leave the baffle. Or sorry, I may actually leave this metal thing in here. I'm just going to probably take this baffle off because, quite honestly, these things are useless anyway. They don't really do anything. So, that allows us to have a look inside, and oh dear lord. This is not the kind of case I thought it was. This is actually a pretty old case. I don't know if I can actually use this for what I wanted. I'm going to go ahead and probably actually grab the motherboard, which is sitting right here. This is a Gigabyte Z77M D3H with the Intel Core i5-3450 CPU. And I might see which holes in this case I need to use. I'm hoping that I do actually have a set of some push-in standoffs. I'm hoping they'll work with this case. But I'll be back with an investigation and a synopsis once I have checked that. Alright, as it turns out, yes, they will actually work, even though they don't use screws. I'm fine with those. Now, I do need to figure out exactly how these drive cages work. These kind of confuse me. So I'll probably figure that out here in a moment. I also need to plug in the front panel. And as you can probably tell, I'm really not looking forward to that. I hate these connections. They were popular in the Pentium 4 days to have them all separate, because back in the Pentium 4 days, nothing was standardized, so you basically had to do that. But like, how many USB ports does this have? That's USB. This can't be USB. No, that's part of the audio connection. And I guess this is the other part of it. Yeah, so those are audio. And then that is probably a FireWire connection. Yeah, it's probably FireWire, which, I don't know, does this board have that? I don't think it does. So, I'll probably hook up the USB, figure out how I'm going to hook up the audio, and then from there, I'll probably hook up a power supply, find a power supply that'll fit, and power this up. I'm running out of time here tonight. It's 11 o'clock on a work night. So I gotta get this going. Alright, got it all in place, including a hard drive. This power supply is not really well suited to this case. And it's an older power supply, of course, so I'll probably end up replacing it with something else. I did plug in all those front panel headers, even though it was a pain in the butt. I hope they're all plugged in correctly. So, whatever. The actual, like, the LEDs and the switches are fine. It's the other stuff I'm not so sure about. I've got an optical drive installed, but I think it is time that we take this thing over to the work area, power it up, and see if it works. There's a front panel FireWire header connection, but this does not have FireWire or 1394, at least not as far as I can tell. So once again, poor Mr. 1394 is going to be all sad and lonely with nowhere to go but the front of the case. I mean, it's not like I've really used it much either. If I want to use 1394, I got a laptop, so. Okay, here it is. I've got it all connected. Switch on the power and hope that nothing goes wrong. Oh, we got a bad fan. And it's complaining about one of the fans. And now it's trying to boot something, which you're not going to do, so. I want you to go into setup. So we'll figure out why it's doing that, and then I'll come back. Okay, got it to shut up. Now I've got to replace that stupid fan, but I could deal with that later. Right now, I want to set if I can the XMP profile 1 to 1866. We'll hit F10 and save and exit. Comes back up. Go into setup. And we are now running at 1866. Well, a little bit more than 1866. Now, if I stop this fan, the computer should complain. Yeah. So I can't just stop that fan. PC health. Things look okay. "12 volts, a little high, but doesn't really matter. I believe that, excuse me, I think everything's fine. That's plugged into the wrong port, but I'll leave it alone. So I'm actually going to set this up to my liking, and then I will come back. We'll see if it'll boot anything. Yeah, just tried to install a video card. That was a massive fail, because apparently it seems to think it's funny and doesn't want to detect it, even though it's working just fine. It's just being stupid for no reason whatsoever. So, fine. On board it is. Changed over to DVI. Okay. Of course, the monitor's being dumb now, too. What a surprise. Wonder if it'll actually start this. Copy of Windows 10. It's on this hard drive. I forget which computer this came out of. I think it was the MDG. Not that it matters. That fan is so irritating. Whatever. Should have just turned that fan fail off and unplugged it. Hard drive LED works, right? Yeah, hard drive LED works. So that's good. That's exactly what this came out of. So as far as what I'm going to do with this thing, other than fix the fan, I'm going to do something interesting with this. And something I've never done before. I'll do it in a separate video. Just because, again, it's like 12 o'clock on a work night. I should not be screwing around with this. But if you took a look at this case, and you saw the similarity to a Mac Pro, you've probably figured out what I'm going to do with this. In a future video, of course. I'll probably add a card reader to the front as well. Just because right now it doesn't have anything in it. This is just a big blank open space. Probably can add a card reader there. What a surprise, it doesn't work. Kind of shocked. Not. That it doesn't work. Oh, there it goes. Maybe I just needed some help. Yeah. So that's kind of a gimmick, but it's there. And that's pretty much it for that anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to shutter this video, so stay tuned for the Hackintoshin, whether it's successful or not.